Anthony Bourdain. How he became my publisher is he walked up to me at a book signing party for Roy Choi. And he said, "Hi, I'm Anthony Bourdain." "Oh, I know, I watch you on TV, I'm a big fan." And he said, "I want to do your book." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here today." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because you made Emerald famous, and I became famous by beating up Emerald. If you hadn't made him famous, I wouldn't have had him to beat up." I've always been good at helping comfort. It just, I don't know why, but it just, you know, it starts with I make a really good chicken matzo ball soup, which is really important. You know, I think it all becomes so big, you forget that they're humans. Come have a good bowl of chicken soup. Let's start there, you know, and get some love. Like, this was made with love for you. And just sort of, you know, treat them like you love them, not like you're revere them. And try and provide a safety zone where they can be whoever they are. One of the things that's really difficult in our country today is that more than half of the people who eat at food banks, who depend on food banks, are working people. They have jobs, but they can't afford to feed their families, even with the job. So you find a lot of families now at these feeding shelters, and there's no dignity. I can't imagine taking my 10-year-old son to a place where, you know, someone slops the food on. And in Kansas City, what they've done is they've turned, it's in a church, and they've turned it into a restaurant. There's a maitre d'. You get taken to a table, you get a menu, you order off your menu. Half the people working there are volunteers, half the people are people who were fed there. So they're getting avocation training. And what they're finding in Kansas City is that every great chef in Kansas City has volunteered, has fought to do meals. So that now the meals there are by the best chefs in Kansas City, a different one every day, but they come over and cook. I think there's a large recognition now that this movement has to be for more than rich people. And a guy like Roy Choi with Kogi food trucks that delivers great food at reasonable prices in accessible places. And I think the movement will be much more of that. I think you'll find, I'm seeing things all across the country that are just fantastic. There's a pizza place in Philadelphia that you pay forward $1. They put little stickies on a bulletin board, and you come in and you can pay $1, and someone who's hungry can come in and take the sticker off. They're doing 10,000 slices a week, pay forward. Advances it. Yeah, if you think of it as an art form, it's that same thing. Now there's sous vide in cooking. That didn't exist years before. Just like when I started, there was no reverb. Then all of a sudden, reverb came in music. So in cooking now, sous vide is a way. It's a slow cooking. And, you know, you might cook a lamb for 3 days in a sous vide at 100-degree temperature. Just new techniques, new technology, all the chemical stuff in cooking. None of that existed when I dropped out. Nobody was doing foams, or, you know, they didn't have that technical ability. I'm sure somebody else would have come along and done it, but I was at the right place at the right time with the right group of people, and I had the right skills. I don't have a stereo, but I have a 12-burner stove.